Okay.
It was the 20, I thought it was the 20, it is the 22nd, yeah.
22nd. That's still the evening. Oh, no, it's at 4:00.
That's when it's.
It's in your bigger home.
Yes, yeah.
22nd
at 4. I think Eric was in there. She always thinks about it.
Okay, I want to call the meeting, the foundation program committee meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Congratulations. We'll see you all at the board meeting.
Take care. I'll call the meeting to order at 12:21 p.m. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Second? All those in favor? We'll move on to the meeting minutes from the March 13, 2025.
I'll move approval.
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on to public comments. At this time, comments from the audience may be made on items not listed on the agenda that are of public interest and within the subject matter jurisdiction of the district. The committee has a policy of limiting speakers to not more than 3 minutes. The committee cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda. Public input may be offered on an agenda item when it comes up for discussion and or action. Are there any public comments at this time?
No public comments.
We'll move on to old business. Number 1, grant payment schedule. Is there any questions regarding the grant payment schedule?
No, any questions?
Is there any public comment regarding the grant payment schedules?
No public comments.
We'll move on to number 2, U.S. aging vaccinations grant award closeout, March 31st, 2025. Is there anything new to report?
Just reporting that, U.S. Agent has given us a grant extension, to the end of this month to spend down some of those grant dollars and continue some of the great work that we've been doing, with our community partners. So, the grant has been extended through the end of this month. So April 30th will be the last day for the U.S. Aging grant, and we continue to do our outreach. We have an event, a vaccination clinic today. There is some recommendations for older adults to receive a COVID-19 booster. So we are continuing some of those efforts. And we have couple of vaccination clinics.
Okay. Is there any questions regarding the information provided? Is there any public comment regarding the information provided?
No public comment.
Okay, we'll move on to, you just spoke about DPMG too, no? Or you want to speak about them separately?
I think with one of the things I just wanted to kind of point out with DPMG Health is that we hosted our 3rd Women Wellness Clinic Saturday, April 5th at the Carl May Community Center in Desert Hot Springs. And we had, once again, really good turnout for the mammograms and the pap smears. We had 39 women screened for mammograms and 28 for pap smears. And we are in conversations to host another one, which is going to be May 17th at the Desert Highland Gateway Community, the Demerzel Jesse Community Center. So we'll be doing another round of those clinics. So that will be our 2nd of 5 that we contracted the Pink Journey Foundation to co-host with us, and really good feedback, from other participants. We are, Megan Kane, provided us with a satisfaction survey that we're now implementing as part of our data collection and enhanced data collection to see the impact that these mobile clinics are having in our community, aside from the number of people that are attending. So we're trying to gather a little bit more data. So thank you, Megan, for that. And we'll continue to implement those and have a final report once these 5 clinics that we contracted with the Pink Journey Foundation have concluded. And we'll have a full report for the staff that includes the data from the patient satisfaction surveys and other additional data.
When is the 5th one? Or when is it supposed to be?
The
The last one?
3rd one, right?
Your
Your 3rd?
The second?
This is the 2nd one, yeah. So May 17th will be the 2nd one. We have hosted other ones, but those were through another. And yeah, it was a mini grant that they had received initially, and then they also had a mini grant that they received from Bighorn Cares. So then they partnered with us because our partnerships in the community and the outreach that we're able to provide. So that's part of the work that we do with these.
Do we have the other 3 scheduled?
Not yet, not
Okay.
yet. So
Do we have, by when are we planning on scheduling them?
That's one of the things that we need to look at the venues and see where we want to do them. We are looking into doing something in October.
Do you have an idea where we should have one?
I haven't.
No, I have an idea of maybe in the future if we need to invest in one or just Brian our partnership with them and host more throughout the year. And so,
Yeah, we definitely could. There is definitely the need out there. We did have a waiting list for this event in Desert Hot Springs. We had, I believe, 12 women in the waiting list and 7 no-showed. So then we were able to call an additional 7 women on the waiting list to come in and participate. So yeah, I think the need is out there. And we are finding women who haven't had, and that's part of the data collection. You do ask when was the last time you've had a mammogram, and some women have never had one. So that's part of the ongoing data collection that we're doing.
yeah, I know, I guess personal, got a few friends that have mentioned like, yeah, we want to schedule one and it's not gonna be until another 3 months or so. And so just being accessible. Are they being, like, patients, are they being filtered? I know that if you're over 40, you have like a higher priority to be seen. I'm not sure if that's being implemented.
Yeah, we do have, as part of the flyer that we have in the packet, we do have a qualifying criteria in order for the women to qualify for the mammogram. So yeah, so we do take that into consideration. And another thing that we do have is that we do have safety net programs in case a woman does need additional testing, like a biopsy or any other kind of treatment for both the pap smears and the mammogram. So we just don't screen them, but we also provide follow-up care and referrals. Like we have referred a couple of women to the Desert Cancer Foundation, who is also a grantee of ours, a previous grantee of ours, to help them with some of the out-of-pocket costs for additional testing.
So to get to Kimberly's point about ages and stuff like that, if somebody presents with the BRCA gene, that can be way under 40. Does the Pink Journey offer any of that kinds of thing, or do a lot of these women even know they can get tested for the BRCA gene and then because then it's serious and it's hereditary and it could impact, you don't want to wait till 40 to have a mammogram.
Yeah,
Guidelines.
I'll talk to Melanie about that to see how we could actually incorporate that. But I think one of the questions that they have is the family history. The Pink Journey Foundation's intake. They ask some of those questions. So yeah, and that's part of our ongoing data collection to ensure that we're really getting really good data out of these events.
Alejandro, I know you mentioned, obviously you don't want to turn anyone away, and some individuals were turned away. But my question is, when you go to the Desert Holland Gateway community, is there any way to determine that those that live in that particular area get preference over others?
We do. We actually, what we first do with these events, for example, in the one in Desert Hot Springs, we partner with Word of Life Fellowship Church. So before we actually do any kind of mass outreach to the general community, we give them about a week or two to kind of do the outreach in their own community before we actually open it up to the general public. So we assure that, folks, before we actually do the paid Facebook ads or any of the geofencing that we do, give like a 1 or 2 week grace period for those communities to be to register before the general public is able to.
Great.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions? No questions. Is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Okay, thank you, Alejandro. We'll move on to number 5, improving access to.
Excuse me, did we go over United Way, or did I miss that?
No.
United Way grant?
Did I miss that? Oh, yeah, sorry. We'll move back to number 3, United Way Riverside County Initiative to address COVID-19 disparities. Grant cancellation effective March 24th.